Welcome, dear students. Welcome, dear students. Yesterday we discussed about the what is public relations, what is advertising, what is publicity, what is lobbying, what is government relations, and what the key elements which are included in the public relations. Today we will discuss about the in detail about the key elements, which is in the chapter number 2, the key elements of the public relations. Key elements of the public relations. Here we need to recall about what we have discussed yesterday. We have discussed in the previous class about the definitions and uh, the differences, the differences between the public relations, publicity, the difference between the public relations and advertising, the difference between the public relations and lobbying, how a public relations practitioner need to do some government relations, all we have discussed. Today we will discuss about the key elements in the public relations. Already yesterday in a brief we have discussed what is public relations. The, the key elements which included the organization, public and two-way communication process. These are the key elements which involved in the public relations. Let's we discuss about the each one in detail, what will exactly we want to know. Each company has its own mission. Mission means objectives, their targets. Ultimately, target means they have to become a uh, good in the business. They have to earn the profits. They need to earn the profits. So that is why they prepare a mission of that company, that organization, that unit, that office, everywhere. So each office or organization and a public sector unit, a bank, whatever it is. So they have some mission to start their business. In this Sorry for some interruption. Okay. We will discuss in this session about the two-way communication process. What is a two-way communication process, and what is the public interest? What is the truth? What is a good cause and good deed for in the practice of public relations? There is some objectives and mutual understanding required for the public relations practitioner. First, we have to know about the what is organization. Organization means it's a social entity. Maybe it is office, maybe it is a non-governmental NGO, non-governmental organization, maybe government organization, public sector unit, private sector unit, corporate office. Everything is comes under the organization. An organization is a social entity that has a collective goal and is linked to an external environment. The word is derived from the Greek word that is organ. This it means better known word which means is organ. Means we know we have organs in the body. So body parts organs is particularly we known. So like that, this organization comes from the word organ. So each organization required some leadership activity. Leadership is required for the organization. So a leader in a formal way, what will be hierarchical positions, means the head of the institution, that organization, maybe managing director or proprietor in a general word, or CEO, whatever it is. This is directors, executive director, vice chairman, the chairman. So these are the terms, various other terms. The concept, the activity is to lead that organization. So why here we have to discuss about in the public relations? Public relations practitioners' duty also to lead the management, not exactly the management, but he be a mediator for the management and the public. Yesterday class we have discussed about the what is public in the public relations practice. That is not a general word, as we know about the public in a general sense. So here a public means it's a public of that organization. Maybe executive directors, employees, stakeholders, wholesalers, retailers. Maybe it is a public, a product related to the soap or related to the pen, whatever it is. So each organization has some divisions and positions. Already we have discussed some CEO or MD or a chairman, whatever the word. So each job has its own task. The structure is also for each profile. So the formal organization is expected to behave impersonally in leadership with the clients or its members. The informal organization expresses the personal objectives and goals of the individual members. Their objectives and goals may not coincide with those of the formal organization. It's a depend on the formal and informal. We know in the semester 1 we learned about in the semester 1 and semester 2 we learned about the theories. There is a two-way step flow theory. Means the mass media plays an important role in the formation of public opinion on various issues. The message conveyed by the media are invariably mediated by the opinion leaders of groups. Opinion leaders means maybe sometimes a public relations manager is one division, is the head of the public relations branch. So he gives some inputs, he gives some advices to the management and the public. It's that organization's public, not a general public. Sometimes the public relations practitioner need to know how to manage in a crisis moment through using with media, because adds every institution has some crisis in somewhere sometime. So there is a public relations division is required. Sometimes they may call it is a public relations division. Sometimes may it is called a corporate communication division. Inside in the corporate communication, it's a umbrella word. There is a one part is a public relations, and some many organizations in the public sector nowadays in the public sector units like BHEL, Singareni College Company Limited, some other units, ECIL or banks, State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, like these particular organizations, they maintain a public relations division. So they recruits the public relations officer, manager, and other staff. They continuously do their work to give to maintain good relations between the management and also the public. Public, already we have discussed external public and internal public. Public relations and public are separable, because without public there cannot be any public relations. What does the term public mean? Already repeatedly I am saying the difference between a general citizen and a public. In a broader consensus, the public is the all citizens of India or world, whatever it is. But whether coming to the public relations practice, there is public means the stakeholder of the particular organization or particular office, particular corporate company, particular public sector unit. There is again two divisions. One is means two categories. One is external public and another one is internal public. Internal public means employees of that office, employees of that corporate company, employees of that organization. External public means customers, consumers, maybe stakeholders, all these comes under the external public. Already we have discussed the public relations element is corporate mission. What is corporate mission? Corporate mission is the whole of the main idea, corporate purpose and drivers behind a corporation. Corporation means nothing but an organization, an office, which sends the company and its executives and employees in a particular directions. For example, road transport company corporation we have in Telangana, TGSRTC, in Andhra Pradesh, APSRTC. These are the corporations. Each life insurance corporation, LIC. So corporation is also one kind of an organization. What will be in the corporation functions? What are the major functions of corporate mission? Number one, providing direction. Number two, providing legitimization and motivating and inspiring the public. Means here again, don't be confused. Public means the company's public, that organization's public. What will do public relations officer? the public relations officer's main element is to do a two-way communication process. Public relations philosophy places a great emphasis on the need for two-way communication. It is now fairly well accepted that feedback is important. Whereas in a newspaper, there is a no feedback mechanism. There is also some feedback mechanism with the name of letters to editor, but that takes much time. Once the reader have to write a letter and send it to the editor have to review it. Whether it is a public, whether it is a, a publication piece or not, have to identify, and then it will publish in the newspaper. The mechanism is very prolonged. Whereas in the public relations practice, it's a immediate. So we have to directly contact the public relations officer of that company. He or she gives us the feedback. Public interest, here we need to know about the public interest. Public relations professionals have a special obligation to practice their craft ethically with the highest standards of accuracy, fairness, and responsibility to the public. In the news, we see what are the news values, which are you already learnt in the semester one. Truth, accuracy, fairness, responsibility, accountability. These are the prominence, fair, vicinity. These are the some news values. The same news values need to be maintained by the public relations professionals. Public relations has caused immeasurable public good. In generally, what happens, sometimes public relations officers also don't maintain some accuracy, because their role in the organization is to save the company's reputation. The company's whenever it may go in the crisis, he, the public relations officer need to lead it and maintain some relations with the media and stakeholders and to reduce that crisis. Public relations branch as a public relations branch need to maintain some sustained efforts, some objectives, some goodwill. It is a need to mutual understanding. PR, generally we call it is a PR in a short form, public relations. Don't be confusion. PR is a sustained effort, a long-term effort, not immediately. That will not be a single day movement. That is a sustained effort. Good public relations manager or a professional or officer is telling the clients what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear. Good PR recognizes what the best PR strategy. Here, PR strategy needs to be followed up with the client's good products or services. One company, what they produce in a physical form, they produce a product, and none other than a physical form, that is another one is a service. For example, life insurance LIC, they sales services, not a physical product. For example, Renault pen company, they sells physical product of a pen. This is the difference between the product and service. Public relations does not need to know anyone in a particular in the media, although such relationship can come in a handy. A good public relations professional or a manager always gets ink because a good story has been told well and to the right people. So public relations officer need to write a good story because uh, all happenings, all events which are not covered by the press people means reporters. Sometimes public relations officer need to write the press releases. If he writes a good story that will that tells to the right people about a good about that company, that organization. Dear students, if you have any doubts, please you let me know. I will give you the clarifications. Let's we discuss about the public relations, public and public opinion. What is the public opinion? Why the public expects the information from that company? Generally, we know human is a social animal. Always he required to know the information about his company. Company means exactly here is not only the customer, sometimes shareholders, employees, and related that company related uh, personals in a government, from the government or from the NGOs, whatever it is. They need to know the information about that company through public relations branch, because generally that is a division which are established in the every organization. Every organization has a numerous public, but we have to figure out who are the public. Think already we have discussed n number of times about who is public in the public relations practice, who has a role in helping the organization achieve its goals and objectives. Maybe he is an investor, maybe he is a customer, maybe he is a uh, wholesaler or a retailer. These categories comes under the public. The most obvious public or target audience for the public relations is the customer. But there are many other roles in the success of an organization, like suppliers, partners, resellers, educators, investors, employees, and also their families. Sometimes the community also, who plays a major role in the success of that office, that company, that organization, that business. These are some a few examples. Some nature of organization. We need to know about the nature of organization and its publics. Organizations with similar goals and purposes have a similar public. Here, the unique nature of an organization can often make its public different from organizations which seems similar to it. An organization change in nature and purpose. So do their public. If public required a high-end car, so on and off the public relations division personnel staff who conducts the survey, if the customer expects more facilities, for example, in a car, so based on the feedback or based on the survey results, the public relations branch in between means that as a mediator, they gives the report to the management. They do corrections to upgrade that particular car or a model of that car. So this is the role played by the public relations officer. And it should also be noted that there are a public within the public and many of them are hidden from you. A company already there is a target public, but there is some hidden forces also leads that company's development or profit in the business or the profits. So we have to identify the hidden public also as a public relations officer. Suppose if you have become a public relations officer in the corporate companies, you need to find the public of that organization, external public and also internal public and also hidden public. This is the major role plays. This is major role for the public relations officer. Every organization has its own goal. It's a purpose. Why? To achieve their objectives. Maybe it is in the form of a money, in the form of a service, in the form of a goodwill, in the form of a charity, whatever it is. So they required their image to build with the target public. So they establish means every company, unit or office or organization, they establish one division in their organization. That is a public relations division, public relations branch. Sometimes it is called also like a corporate uh, corporate communications branch. As organizations change in nature and purpose, so do their public, because public is the ultimate. Based on their opinions, only the management have to give, develop or give a new product. Now here, how to identify publics? Whether they were in an external category or an internal category or maybe in the hidden public category. As a public relations officer's role is and the duty is to identify who are the public for that company, that organization, that office. The identification and segmentation of publics is an important step to effective and meaningful communication in public relations. For example, one category related to the business of that particular company. Already we have discussed each company has required some divisions, some job roles. Each job role do their function based on the objectives, based on their role. Whereas, for example, we'll take a business. What will comes under the business? Which kind of a public comes under the business? Shareholders, consumers, customers, employees, suppliers, financial institutions, because they give the funds to that office, that organization, that institution, that company, that public sector unit, and also legislators, maybe parliament member or a member of a legislative assembly or a member of a legislative council, and also community activities. Community activists, why? They are the opinion leader in that company, that community. So generally, a public perspective, we see if a community leader who says this product, for example, pen, this pen is a very good pen. So the followers who follow to buy this pen, because that kind of a opinion leadership concept is emerged in the society. So community activists also one kind of a public for that organization. And also the important role is here is the print and broadcast media. Nowadays we have social media also, social media platforms, many social media platforms. Generally we call it is a public relations practice of a 2.0 or 3.0, based on the information technology generations. The second generation, third generation, now fourth generation, fifth generation is also now in internet technology is going on. The same kind in the public relations practice, earlier only a press release. Public relations officer's duty is to write a press note or press release and send it to the media houses through their staff on the by cycle, by motorcycle, by car, whatever it is. But nowadays, a digitalization happened in all offices. Just a click away means the public relations officer who sends the the press release, the press note through emails. Now it is a public relations 3.0. We are just sending through WhatsApp groups, social media network groups, Instagram, even though sometimes X also, Twitter, X, that is. So all these kinds of developments happened in the public relations practice. Here we need to know the segmentation of the public, like individual public, religious public, cultural publics, because the society is a diverse society. Some public who follows religious, some public who follows the cultural aspects, and individuals. Individual means there is a person's intra-person. So his opinion, I want a pen, I will go and buy it. No need to say any public relations officer, no need to say any advertisement, no need to say any opinion leader about to buy this pen. If I required, I will buy it. Here segmentation, in the segmentation, customers is the main point. Stockholders, shareholders, and employees, these are some segmentations in the public relations practice. Customer, so customer relations is required here. Public relations with the customers depend not only on a quality, price, and delivery time, but also on the reputation of that company. That is why the public relations practitioner is required here. Dear students, this is a morely interaction session. If you have any doubts, you raise your hand. Otherwise, you uh, compose in the chat box. I will read it and I will give you some explanation. I will give you some clarity about your doubts. Next, stakeholders. What is a stakeholder? Who are the partners maybe? We know stock market, there is investors invest in the any organization, a particular company, organization, whatever it is. Here is a, we take an example of about the life insurance corporation. There is a who bought the stocks of that LIC company. All those comes under the stockholders. So they are also equally partners in that company, in that LIC office. So they want to know profits or losses or what the activities is doing the particular company. So they required some information. Here public relations efforts should be to attract the affluent sections from the rural areas and motivate them to motivate them to invest in industrial concerns. See, generally we don't know exactly. We have, for example,
Excuse
rural.
me.
They do. Hello, Ahmed. Is
Yes,
my voice is
sir,
clear?
we are having a clash of the classes here. Well, as I belong
Hello.
to the sociology. Hi, Ahmad here.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yep. So we are having a clash of the classes here. As I am a student of sociology and journalism, I have got both of the classes at the same hour, that is 10:30 to 11:30. Last week also I told the same thing to sociology ma'am. But then
Okay.
she actually asked me to get in touch with you. Yes, last time I was not able to attend your class.
Okay.
That's because
But
the timings
see,
are the same.
because we know you see the timetable, whereas we have to fix the timetable with within we have generally 5 sessions, means
Yes,
9 to 5, every 5 or 6 sessions only. In these 6 sessions, we have to incorporate 24 subjects at
yes,
undergraduate level. So
yes,
maybe it is overlaps automatically.
yes. It
So that
does.
is
It does.
why
That's because
that
it's only on Saturday and Sunday. Last
uh,
week I told the same thing. I was not able to attend your class. So
okay.
I told the
So
same thing to the sociology ma'am. She asked me to get in touch with you, and then she's asking me to send an email. I sent an
okay.
email as well, but then for that I
But
did not receive any reply to it.
okay, Hamid from which study center?
Sorry,
Which from which
City
study
College.
center? City College only. Okay.
Yes.
So you are nearby to the university. Once you come to the university and ask the officials.
I last time also in last semester I actually complained about the same.
Not
So I
exactly this is not a complaint. This is just a suggestion because you are your subjects are overlapping. Am I
yes,
right? Hmm.
yes,
So you just request the officials to manage other classes with some. Generally, what happens in the social sciences, the main combinations, journalism and sociology is one kind of a major combination. So just
yes.
you request the officials to give separate timings for this sociology and journalism and sociology, journalism, and psychology. These three subjects in
It
the
does overlap. Yes, I have seen
uh,
that in the
social sciences
classes, in
because
the IDs and all that. I've
hmm,
actually checked it. All these
okay,
three, I mean, psychology, sociology, and journalism, they are overlapping.
yeah, one more thing is this is a live session, so
Yes,
you save the link in the once you enter. For example, if you have entered in the sociology class,
yeah.
in meanwhile you once exit and save this link and
Okay,
open in the YouTube and save that URL. You
okay,
may see later also. That
Sure,
is,
we'll do that. This is what they told me last time
yeah,
when I actually
because
told them about the
because of
overlapping of
this
the classes.
because of these 6 hours of a session in a day, we have to incorporate all 24 subjects.
Yes.
Comes under the social sciences, and arts, and commerce.
Yeah. So
This
that's
is
fine though. So what I'll do is I'll go with I'll refer the video classes and all that which will be available using the URL.
many video classes is available in the YouTube. Uh, this is our subject related public relations, our journalism subject related videos also available in the YouTube. Once you
Yes.
check, it is available.
Sure,
Even
sure, we'll
we
do that,
have
sir.
live
Sure,
live
we'll do that.
conversation means you enter a few minutes in the sociology, and you enter in the few minutes in the
Yes,
journalism,
in
in
journalism, yeah,
case of a
that's what
overlap.
happened. But then I was not able to attend it last week also. So you
Okay.
carry on, sir. I'll try to
Okay.
actually
Okay.
get this thing from
Yeah,
YouTube.
today we are discussing in unit number 3.
Okay.
Earlier in the same yesterday class, and this is now almost the time is up. But I will continue more 15 minutes because in between we have half an hour break.
Okay.
So that is why I will continue with up to 10:45 or 10:50, no problem. If you're
11.
interested, like you people, I will continue, no problem.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Huh? Yeah,
Please go ahead, sir. Thank you.
now we are discussing in the unit number 3 about uh, segmentation of public. This is actually in the SLM, means a self-learning material. Also, we have given very clearly, easy to understand you. If you have any doubts, you may ask in this session, because this is a more interactive sessions, rather than
Yes.
a teaching class like conventional universities or colleges.
Yes. No, I have attended your classes in the first year. You
Yes,
don't
yes,
remember
yeah,
your
I
name?
understood. Yes, I understood. Ahmed
Yes.
Yarkan. Yes, yes. Earlier also we discussed a lot on about the subject and the general insight also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes. I will continue with the.
I'll mute from my end, sir.
Yeah, sure, right.
Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
segmentation of another topic is a segmentation of. Wait a second. Here is there is a difference, but Ahmed, uh, in a in
Yes,
general
sir.
consensus public, yeah, okay, in general consensus public is different. In the practice of public relations is the public is different. Okay, okay? You have to know it. We don't treat every public is a public in the public relations practice of that particular organization. Okay. Once again, I will just recall today's session, like who are the public. Generally, general think is about who has a role in helping your organization. Those are the public. The goal is uh, those who are help to reach the goals and objectives for that company. Those are the public, not a general public. Okay. There is a no obvious, there is a very clear meaning for public in the publications practice. Generally the customer or shareholders or resellers, uh, bankers, educators, sometimes investors, employees. These are the public of that particular organization. For example, I am belongs to a pen related office. Pen is a general word, general product for all categories of a society. But whether comes to a particular item, for example, a Mercedes car, that is reaches to the only uh, the rich persons in the rich means here, money related, economically rich persons only buys, Mercedes car. But their public is not a ordinary citizen. Their public is that company's public is the economically rich persons only. So they have to identify who are the public for that company, that unit, that office, that organization, whatever it is, that institution. Publics, there is a no such entity. We don't be might as a general public. That is a one, but many knows that public means in generally we know we every citizen is the public. But whereas in case of public relations, there is a particular personalities, particular persons who are the public for that organization. Here is a two sections again in the public, in the organization also. One is internal publics, another one is a external public. Internal public means employees. That is the one example. External publics means customers, shareholders, stockholders, resellers, resellers, wholesalers. All these comes under the external public. Identification of a public is also one of the identification of the public is also one of the major point here. Based on the business, we have to identify the uh, publics for that particular organization, particular company.
Sunil sir, towards the end of the session, will you be able to share any of the
Oh,
copies, I mean,
sure.
any of the
Ah,
PPTs,
yes, yes. I
as
will
I
share
missed
you.
time?
Yeah,
Sorry?
yeah. Earlier also I shared you. I think so.
Yes, last time. No, no, not this time, but then the last day you did that.
Yeah, okay.
I
You just
request you to please.
you just give me a message in the WhatsApp.
Sure, sir.
You please have you my number?
Yes, I have your number. I have your number.
Just you message me. Already I have prepared PPTs for each unit, very comprise. Just you, if you read the words, you will get the knowledge.
Sure, sir.
You can
Thank you, sir.
write
I'll
easily.
send a message. I'll mute it from my end, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, okay, right, right. So identification of public. Identification of publics means for a business side, shareholders, customers, and suppliers. Sometimes it may be financial institutions also comes under the business orientation. Whereas comes to the internal public, employees already we have discussed about this. Whereas come to the government relations means the company need to know what are the policies related to their company, what are the schemes, what are the who are the fund managers, fund allocators, and some financial related matters need to know that management of that organization. Sometimes here community leaders also plays a major role because a product is good that is said by a community leader. Many of the community who follows that, who buy that product. So here it is a opinion leader. He is the opinion leader to buy that product report, that product. And in that in this context, the public relations manager who need to know who are the government agencies related to their company. In generally we takes government agencies means related to government agencies like for example municipal corporation is a municipal corporation or gram panchayati because they need some land to establish their new plant. They need to connect with the uh, electricity department. They need to connect with the communications department to establish a communication center in that organization and to supply the electricity to that organization or that company, that unit. So these are some government agencies. And there is also some non-profit organizations also. Generally, we call this is a non-government organizations, NGOs. NGOs, media also is one kind of a NGO, because media is whole purpose is to service, to give a service to the public. And volunteers, some contributors, donors. So the public relations officer need to maintain relations with these organization, the personals who are belongs to these organizations also, because public relations officer is itself is a mediator between the management and also its public. Its public means already we have discussed internal and external and some other organizations and agencies, government agencies also. Another important element is in the public relations is a public opinion. Public opinion is an expression of belief held in a common by members of a group of a public on a controversial issues of a general importance. So here it is comes the crisis management. Public relations officer's duty is to give a good image to that company. So he need to whenever the crisis comes, you have to give some strategies. You have to prepare some strategies to overcome that crisis. So the media here is a public relations officers who works as a mediator with the media and management to overcome that crisis. Many cases we have like uh, uh, recently misleading information or fake information which are spread in the social media or newspapers or generally in the social media, because nowadays many of us following social media only. When the crisis management role is comes in case of any misleading information, the public relations officers who prepare a plan and a strategy to overcome that crisis. The public opinion here, public opinion forming process emanates from the expressed individual opinions of members of a group whose views are subject to the influence by that group. Already we have discussed opinion leaders. If in a community, the community leader, maybe chairman, maybe president, maybe a sarpanch, maybe a uh, corporator, whatever it is, in that community, those are the opinion leaders. If they say, the followers automatically they buy the product. So here the public relations practitioner need to maintain a good relations with the opinion leaders also, activists who also plays a major role in the society. Public opinion is usually expressed after controversy. Already we have discussed some disputes, and they debate some controversial questions which concerns to the welfare and the value system or doctrines of a group. So far, we have learned about the definition of public relations, who are the public, and differences between the public relations and advertising, public relations and publicity, public relations and lobbying, and who are the public, the key elements of the public relations practice, and other important uh, personalities who involves in the public relations. here is I am concluding this session. Hamed, sure, I will send you the PPTs for you for these PPTs, a ready reference for you to easy understand the subject. Here I am concluding this session. Thank you.